What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Odell Beckham Jr. Odell just got back into the league. He was unsigned for months, but he signed a very nice deal with the Baltimore Ravens for 1 year. But now he's being brought into an assault investigation, which he is denying. And this is according to TMZ. And we're going to get into it. But I want to say this real quick. With a lot of these athletes, he was unsigned for months. Odell Beckham Jr. was unsigned for months, only for this to now surface. Why is this coming out now? Now, again, if this is something that happened in the last day or two or last week, then we have a conversation. But if this is something that happened months ago, then to me, the timing of this is very interesting. But I believe it happened several weeks ago. This happens right around the time this report is being put out here right after he has signed with the Baltimore Ravens. This is why a lot of these athletes, a lot of times you could be sort of like the most chill guy, family guy. Odell Beckham, he has a family of his own now. He's a father now. And now this happens. And a lot of times we can look at an athlete's behavior and say, you know what, he needs to stop doing this. He needs to stop doing that. But sometimes it'll be situations you can't control, where he is being brought into this situation because somebody is saying he did something. So let's get into this article here. According to TMZ, he's being accused of this assault. He is denying it. All right. It says Odell Beckham Jr. has been named as a suspect in an assault investigation after a woman went to police claiming the NFL superstar put his hand around her neck in an LA hotspot. But the Ravens wide receiver claimed the allegations are bogus. Law enforcement tells TMZ Sports that the alleged incident went down at Delilah several weeks back when a woman says 30-year-old Odell Beckham Jr. went up to her and grabbed her throat with light pressure. Now, was it a situation where, if what she's saying is true, was it a situation where he playfully put his hands around her neck? Because I've seen people do that. Right? They playfully put their hands around a woman's neck or a guy's neck, whatever. Right? Was it playful? Or he just walking into places, grabbing chicks by the throat? Did he know this one? But we're going to get into it, because to me, with light pressure, however, a rep for Odell tells us they weren't aware of any investigation, hadn't been contacted by police. They also vehemently deny Beckham Jr. did anything wrong. And again, this report comes out right after he signs this deal to go to get back into the league with the Baltimore Ravens. Now this woman is claiming that he's putting his hands around her neck lightly. So she went to the police for that. If what she's saying is true, you mean to tell me she went to the police for that? If this is true, I mean, it's saying that, Odell Beckham is being, looked into for an assault. It's like an assault. And she's talking about putting his hands around her neck with light pressure. Like, what? Our sources say after the alleged altercation, both the woman and Odell remained at the venue throughout the night without further incident. Oh my God. Wait a minute. This is sounding very Jonathan Majors-ish. She's claiming that, he beat her up, but then she's at the club partying with no visible injuries. So he put his hands around your neck. He assaulted you, according to this woman. He assaulted her. But they're saying that both stayed at the venue throughout the night without further incident. She didn't go nowhere. I just want to know, what is this really about? It said a few days later, police met with the accuser and she filed a report. I would not be surprised if she tried to get money out of Odell. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to extort him and he thought it was a joke and didn't respond, probably left her on red. And that's when she went to the police. There's a lot of clout chasing going on. There's a lot of attention seeking going on. And unfortunately, Odell might be in the middle of it because this just doesn't make sense. Let's get into this. We reached out to Delilah for comment. John Tarzian, the owner of the LA hotspot, told us we were contacted about an investigation and reviewed the videos. The claim is false. Do y'all see how these heifers are allowed to lie on men? The same thing with Jonathan Major. Some of you may not like this, but he was lied on. There's proof out there. Check out my last video. These heifers are going around lying. When are we going to make laws to where you cannot make false accusations? There is no evidence of this, the person even being in the area where she claims the incident occurs. The allegations comes just days after OBJ was announced as the newest star wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, inking a one-year deal up to $18 million. People looking at his deal like, what? Like you didn't even play last season. How he getting $18 million on 1 year? Because that's how desperate Baltimore is for a wide receiver. And if Odell is healthy, they feel like he can help them. Odell, a first-round pick in 2014, is slated to make his big return to the field this season. He missed all of 2022 after tearing his ACL in the Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl win over the Cincinnati Bengals. These heifers is out here lying, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want to believe all women. Y'all want to believe that these men are just out here putting their hands on women, assaulting women. These women are doing absolutely nothing to these men. This heifer should be arrested. Her identity needs to be out here because this is an absolute joke. And people say, well, why are you doing a video? Because I want to prove a point that these heifers are liars. And they get on, they're allowed to go and put out these accusations that get investigated and there's nothing to it. Odell should sue this woman. This woman could have cost him an opportunity with the Baltimore Ravens due to her lies. We all should be tired of lying heifers who are out here looking for clout and attention, probably looking for some extortion money. She saw that he got that 1 year, $18 million deal and she like, watch this. This is an absolute joke. That's why these women's stories need to be vetted before it comes out that, trying to paint him as if he did something wrong right after he signs this contract. These heifers should not be allowed to make these accusations without them being thoroughly investigated. This is my problem with what goes on in our society. Is that you will see stories like this and people will automatically believe it. Just like with the Jonathan Major situation, without all the information being put out here, people were so ready to believe that he whooped on his own girlfriend, even though there was a witness, even though she still went out and partied, even though she claimed she was visibly beaten up by this guy. Yes, these heifers lie. And that's why men need to continue to stand up and continue to call this out. We all should be sick and tired of this Karen-like behavior. It ain't just the Karens that call the police on black people. We got Karens everywhere who are willing to make accusations up. Just what? Did he curve her in the club? Because that's probably what it was. I believe Odell Beckham Jr. curved this woman. He did not want to speak to her. He did not care about her. She thought she was the hottest thing from her small town. And she's in Los Angeles. She's trying to meet athletes and she's getting curved and she didn't like it and she made up this lie. This woman should be arrested. You should not be allowed to make up lies. And if I have to keep doing videos like this, throwing it in your goofy faces, all you believe all women losers, I will continue to do that. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. And I'll see y'all on the next one.